Hi friends, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. A day in my quilting room vlog style, whatever. So I'm in the garage. I haven't been able to get on all day because I've been super duper busy all day with not quilting related stuff. Scott and my neighbor and I were over at my neighbor's house. Like I said yesterday, his wife passed away, so I was over there helping him go through stuff so that he can get rid of things. Some people think out of sight, out of mind when it comes to all the things. And plus, when a man's wife dies, the man never wears the woman's clothes. Like, what is he ever going to need a dress for? So he has that mentality, and he's like, just yard sale it all. So I've been helping Scott get ready for a yard sale. If you saw my garage and out front, where everything's getting set up, it's a disaster zone. By golly, it is a disaster zone. So yeah, I was helping do that all day, and so I figured it's freezing outside. I'm already comfy warm in my comfy warm long sleeve and my sweatshirt jacket thingy. I figured I'd just, you know what, I'll try to long arm a row while I'm out here freezing my butt off. Because, yeah, I need to get it done. And since the garage door is going to be open all day tomorrow for a yard sale, I kind of want to keep as much dust off of this area as possible. And since I have a quilt on the frame, I can't just cover everything like I did when we had to have the garage drilled for termites. So I can't do that. So I might as well quilt what I can and how I can. So if you are new to my channel and new to my newest disaster of vlogging, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. This is not normally how things go, and usually I bring a tablet out here with me, but it's not charged, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll up on this device and look at the comments, and then I'm going to put the camera on the mount, and we're just going to quilt, because that's me vlogging, is quilting. So let's see what we got going on. Oh, and yeah, I just saw the glove comment. So my neighbor had these, they're arthritis and whatever, and they're really tight on my fingers. He said that these are great for carpal tunnel too, and I saw it online. So he's like, here, you have these, see how it helps. So all day today, I have been wearing these things all day long. So far, I haven't noticed a difference, but then this is my first time at the long arm today, so we'll see how this works out here long arming. All right, so we got Jim here, we got June here, we got Gwen, Kay, Kim, Netta, Peggy, almost 11 here, so can't stay long, but it's good seeing you. Well, it's almost 9 here. I'm only here late because I never got a chance to actually sit down today, unfortunately. So, and I didn't get a chance to warn you guys either because I actually literally came outside, had a smoke, typed the thing up for this, and as soon as I finished, I came in here, and this is where we are. So I didn't get a chance to warn you guys in enough time, but it sat open so that everyone would find the video or at least get a notice. We got Judy here. Everyone's saying hi. We got Heather here. I'm still going. Still going. Still saying hi. Saying hi. Saying hi. There's the glove ones. June has a black pair. Do they work for you guys? I mean, these gloves, I'm vlogging, so I might as well find out the truth. Does this kind of stuff actually work? We're going to know soon. Because I've been trying all sorts of products to help with these hands of mine. Well, the one wrist, my arthritic hands, doesn't really bother me. I can work through it. But the carpal tunnel, it's horrible. All right, let's see. Heather's saying hi, everyone. It's about 40 degrees outside where she is. Sewing in a room with the air conditioning on. What? It's cold. Well, here it is at least. It's 59 or 58 in here. I have a thermometer out here, so in the garage. Let's see, wear them when I'm hand quilting and love them. Oh, okay, awesome. I don't hand quilt. I hand piece so far. Haven't done the hand quilting it because I haven't gotten that far. Gwen wears hers when knitting. Hi, Teresa. Let's see, it is taking a bit to download your video, Tiff. I'll have to try to get you. Okay, Heather. It's 28 for Kim. Holy moly, that's cold. Yeah, I'm already cold in here, but I'm going to shut the door because I came in from a cigarette and I turned this on and didn't even press anything. It's 37 for K. All right, so what I'm going to do is put you guys in the mount. And I don't know how much battery power I have today either. So we're going to have to figure that out. All right. Oops. We're going to have to do a flippy. I totally just thought about that. Ready? Flipping. Rotating device. There we go. You guys should be forward facing now. There we go. You're going into a mount. I'm very sorry that I struggle with strength. I'm trying to make it where I could see comments as well. So I guess just a little. There we go. Tip you guys down so that you can see other than up my nose. Oh, it's so funny. All right, stay in the mount. Here we go. You guys can look at a beautiful quilt real quick. Or at least what you've seen already, but I'm vlogging, so it doesn't matter if you see it more than once because some people only see one video in the series. I'm going to close this door because it's freezing. Most of you guys know I'm a door-only smoker. So I used to smoke in my garage in the winter time years ago. But since I had a long arm and started quilting 5 years ago, I stopped smoking in the garage. And if it was like hailing or super raining outside, that would be the only time I'd smoke in the garage, but not in the garage. I'd smoke with the door open right next to it so I don't get wet because we don't have awning. Alrighty. So, comments real quick. 28 for Jim. Holy moly. I already said 37 for Kay. Got 28 for Netta as well. Oy! I don't see how you guys do it. It's too cold for me. I'm going to try to tip this down just a little bit more. There we go. There we go. That's so much better. As long as it don't vibrate, we're good. Alrighty, so you guys know I'm quilting feathers on here. And if I scroll back, will it see it? You can see some of the feathers. Now I have to just make another feather spine, a long meander type spine, and just start some more. And you guys can just hang out with me while I do this. While I do my thing. And I stitch, for those that are new to my channel, I'm just going to have to say it every time until I don't have to say it anymore. I am long arming on a King Quilter 2 Elite Special Edition machine. I think the special edition part might just be the screen setup. I'm not sure, but it says special edition all over it. But it's on a 12-foot frame. It's an 18-inch machine. And right now the quilt that I have loaded is, I have no idea. I think it's like, let's measure. How about that? I have a measuring tape. Only because I'm going to have to write it in the book when I'm done anyway. It is 50, it's probably like 57 by 68 or something like that, because it's one of those odd numbers. Because I just measured it's 57 wide, so. All right, I got 21 of you here. We got Kathleen came in. Hello. We got Mary came in. Hello. All right, so I'm just going to start quilting. You know I can't see the comments as often, but I will try to read them as I can. So I'm just going to start with my wonderful spine here. I'm stitching at 10 stitches per inch because I think 10 stitches per inch looks the best. When I put this thing in manual mode, especially because I go really fast, my stitches are never consistent. And in idle mode, where the needle just goes up and down and doesn't stop, if I put that down at 3%, then what if I want to stop and read comments? So when I'm in precision mode, I can just stop, the needle stops. And it makes it for quick, makes it for an easier, oh, I forgot to measure my throat space. I don't want my others past this mark right here, okay. And remember, I'm just like meandering them. ounce loft batting, and that's going to be some small feathers in there. Why did I do that? Oh well. I have fun with it no matter what I do. I have no idea how far I'm going to get with this cord. I'm attached to a charger because I didn't have much charge on my phone when I started. And if I have reconnecting problems, that's because I am out in the garage and I cannot do anything about the internet out here. Soft spot. See, I have this piece right here, a piece of flannel that I folded up. Stick it behind the camera so it doesn't vibrate. I thought it was a good idea when I first put it on here, but now I'm starting to think it's just going to keep falling out. All right, stay. All right, now I'm going to go back to the beginning and start some feather plumes. And I should take this out right here. I've only been on for 12 minutes and my phone is not charging. I just realized that. All right, what's my percentage? Okay, put that back in. Oh, and I also got some new things to put fabric in from the neighbor's house. Here, I'll turn the camera around so you can see that before I start quilting. So I'm going to hold things up. You can see. Oh, there's the camera on that side. I was going through things, and then as I was emptying stuff, I was like, ooh, hey, I like that. So I have this. It's actually pretty darn big. It's a collapsible thing, you know, like the ones that we all use. So the thing comes in and it collapses, but it's like double size of all my other ones. You know, you can see how long it is. So I figured, oh, look, I could put this under my brother machine desk and fill this with, you know, all of my stabilizer. I was talking with Kim earlier. I was like, oh, a new place to put my stabilizer so it's not in a stupid box that keeps falling apart. And then the other one I got is this one. So it has a clear window, and even these right here are leather on the ends. Like, seriously, this is nicely made, and it's not very big. It has a lid, and then this one is collapsible too, but it's more expensively made, so I can see through it. So I could probably like put a project in here and I can actually see, hey, don't forget to make or finish that project type tub, you know what I mean? So I got these two things today from all of the neighbors' stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna use them because that's what I do. I use everything. So I figured I'd share that with you guys since I'm vlogging. How many times I gotta remind myself that I'm vlogging? I'm going to read the comments while you guys stare at the quilt for 2 seconds. Where were we? Okay, I saw Kathleen come in. Gwen said that. Feeling meeting, enjoy you guys. We got Linda here. Marla's here. Patty's here. She says it's almost bedtime. Well, for those of you that it's almost bedtime, you don't have to stick around. It's okay. I'm just vlogging my work here since I haven't got to do it all day. We got Nancy here saying hello to everyone. Mary says, consider all you my good friends. That's the same way I feel, Mary. You guys are all my best friends. It is so awesome to have almost 2,500 friends, virtual friends. It's so awesome because I talk to over, I'd have to say, at least 60 of you out there, about 60 of you. We talk pretty much once a week, if not more than once a week, twice a week, and so on and so forth. So it's amazing having so many friends. Shirley's here, and it says someday I would like to have a long arm whenever I can stand still praying for that day to come. Well, someday. I should be sleeping. I have to get up early for pre-op and COVID test at 9:30 for surgery next Wednesday. You have to have a COVID test to have surgery now? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Those are nice storage cubes, right? Aren't they? They're really, compared to the storage cubes I've been, I can never have enough places to put things right. We got Marlene here. Sonata's here. All right, so let's get some feather plumes started. Like always, I start on the top, and I'm also going to try to fill in, like if I run along the top right here, here is my other feather plumes, but there's just a little bit of gap. So like one feather plume can come up that high, and then like so on and so forth around here. I don't want them too close, but I don't want it to look like I made rows, if that makes any sense. I want everything to blend nicely and so on. So for those that are just joining in advance, just know that it does get loud because I do quilt fast, and if the thing starts buffering, I can see it because the front screen on here. You guys are watching from the back camera, but I can see everything on my screen because that's facing me, which makes it so much easier to do this. All right, here we go. And I'm not doing bump back, I'm just doing singular feather plumes coming out, dropping them down, coming into my spine. So I'm just making feather plumes. And they don't have to be super close together or anything. And I'm using a purple thread. I forgot the color. I told you guys the other day. See, so there's some gaps in the quilting, but that's fine. I'm not trying to make it super close. So I went up in there, but I didn't go too far, and hopefully you'll see it when I come around right here. So you could see that the gap is not too far, but I did take one feather plume to where it is at least a 1/4 inch above these two feather plumes. So it kind of fills in that gap, even though there is plenty of gap, but I'm trying to keep the gaps equal. Does that make any sense? Try to keep empty space equal. So there's no more than 2 inches at the most of any empty space, because I think that looks good. So. Fix that right there, make it come in, come back up my spine. I'm trying to go around these curves gently, but they're not looking too good, but whatever. I'm not a perfect quilter. Never said I was. Never said I will be. So my wrist is still killing me. Don't know how I'm going to solve this problem. It's bad. So that was a big long one. We're going to try to make it around this strange curve that I've created. I've created myself a really weird curve here. I'm gonna get really tight like I did at the top of the quilt. So is anybody sewing, quilting, knitting, crocheting? What are you guys all doing right now? Besides laying in bed watching me. Because I know that's what some of you are probably doing. Or laying on the couch or hanging out, enjoying our time together. Little one right there, go around it. Why does it sound like I'm vibrating? You guys aren't vibrating? I don't see it vibrating. Having a thread tangle. You guys want to see what a thread tangle looks like? See, comes off of the thread spool that way. Look at that. So I just pull it down, lift my needle, and pop that pile of the mess out. Grab a nice clean spot. Sometimes this happens. Not all thread is made the same. Sometimes I can go a whole quilt without a tangle. That's the first tangle since I've started using this purple thread. I use Glide for anybody that's curious. It's a 40 weight poly blend. So that's the first tangle. So now I got to pull my bobbin thread back up, and I'm just going to snip it right here in the loop. So there's a loop. Pull that, find the source of the thread itself, and then find that spot that does not pull. Snip that, come back and tie everything off. That way I can just continue on. And I take like 4 or 5 different stitches. And then I'll just turn it off, snip that, and get on with it. So that's what happens when there's, oh, I'm trying to hold it up so you can see in the camera. See that wonderful tangle? That's what happens every once in a while with Glide thread. And look at how well you guys can see that. Wow. Sometimes I catch it when it's coming through the machine, like at the top by the spool holder. As soon as I finish, I'll get to the comments. Okay. Row 1 done. My wrist is on fire, and these glovies aren't helping me. Darn it all. Not on my wrist, at least. I don't know about my fingers, because I can't tell. All right. I'm going to come over to the comments. Oh, my goodness. You guys have been talking up a storm. All right. Where were we? All right. Okay, it was saw when Sonata came in. All right. Marlene said hi to Kim. I use the VA and requirement for any procedures. I have to have another in January for a colonoscopy. That's so weird that you have to have a. When I went in for recent tests of mine, they didn't require me to have my like a COVID test. Actually, anything I haven't had to have a COVID test at all. But then I haven't shown any symptoms through my valley fever stuff. Saying hello to people. Well, guys, I got to get to bed. Work early tomorrow. I'll watch the replay. Good night. Good luck, Nancy. All right, Sonata, we'll see. You're probably gone by now. Gorgeous. I do not know how you do that freehand. I don't think it looks all that great, but then that's only me judging my own stuff. I've been told it looks great, but I'm not the I don't know. I have fun with the feathers. I don't think they need to look like every fanciness. I don't know. I think that I make them look the way I make them look, I guess. And now I've done the bump back feather throughout kind of this whole same thing process before. Now that takes time and takes special skill with the eye. Netta says, hope everyone has a good night. I'm going to sign off and get some rest. All right. Good night, Netta. Vicky says there's a published clearinghouse scam going on. They call your house. Just thought you'd like to know. Ugh, I remember those days. Everyone's saying good night, good night. That's what replay is for. Rest is all. Rest is important, but I'm not leaving. Okay, Jim. I kind of figured. I just figured you were writing to everyone else. Hi, Joyce. Just watching me. Debbie is eating chips and dipping. Watching. Oh man, you gonna make me want to go inside and get my Lay's chips. Kim is sitting in her recliner covered with double fleece blanket. That's what I need around me. I'm freezing. Where was I? Making masks. Jim needs to dig out my backing to quilt scraps. June just got done cutting triangles for a border on her Christmas quilt. Nancy made 2 burrito style pillowcases tonight with French seams. Very fast and easy. Yes, they are. I've made those pillowcases, but you know, a lot of people like recolored pillowcases that I've noticed, at least people that have asked me for pillowcases. They just want one plain color with the folded over edge with French seams. It seems so weird not to like the 2 different color pillowcase end, but Vicky's got 1 great granddaughter. She's 9. Sewing machine. Hope she likes it. Ooh, that's fun. Cherie's here. Deep cleaning sewing room and listening to YouTube, and I came on. Yay. Awesome. I spent the whole day, for those that are just joining, helping Scott get ready for a yard sale. So the garage and the driveway are a disaster. Cherie's saying, Kim sounds wonderfully comfy. It's 19 for Vicky. Oh my goodness. You guys, some of you just make me freeze by hearing those numbers. Hi, Diane. What's going on? I am vlogging my time on the long arm, and I'll start quilting in a second. I'm actually taking advantage of reading so that my wrist can start feeling a little bit better. California's on fire again. I didn't see that. My mom usually lets me know every time. Cherie's getting over some bug of some sort and got to go back to work. Had to get tested for COVID today. Well, hopefully it comes back negative. Everyone's saying hi to Diane. Sorry to hear about. Yeah, I don't know. My mom usually tells me. June's sister had to get tested for surgery 2 weeks ago. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why ours doesn't. Maybe they do, and I'm just haven't had a surgery, just procedures and or certain stuff. Augie Bear helped and helped. Fluffed out the tree today. All right, let's get to the bottom now. And notice I work from left to right. Curious about the long arms. They don't necessarily like to go from right to left. I think they were naturally built to go from left to right. Don't know why. You would think right to left is a better option, but they were meant to go left to right. Yeah. So that's how I do it. I just and then start again. So I'm going to start sewing. Diane's a bit cold tonight. I'm going to look. Hold on. Oh my goodness. It's 57 in here. Okay, because I couldn't read from that far. It's 57 degrees in my garage. I'm freezing. All right, here we go. Oh, and I'm out of bobbin. Okay, so I want you guys to see. Can you see right here? I'm hoping that it focuses. Will it focus? This is one thing about batiks. See, when I ran out of bobbin, I catch it right away. I try to pay attention to that, because those dots, until we wet them, they ain't going away, because it's a batik. They tend to stay quite well. I'm gonna change my bobbin real quick. So I was able to do almost the whole thing with one bobbin so far. For those that have never seen it, here is the bobbin casing for the long arm. It looks kind of small at first, but then you see this big, huge bobbin, you're like, oh my goodness, that is a big. And I don't even roll these all the way full, because I think the quilting, when it's really, really full, gets messed up. So I stick it in with the thread coming out to the right. Then I go through that slip up into that hole. And then to test it, I stick it in my hand and lift up. If the bobbin casing lifts out of my hand, that means it's too tight. If the bobbin casing, the thread just pulls out, but it lifts up in my hand, that means it's perfect. So I have perfect tension. I'm just going to pop it in under the machine where you cannot see, because it's dark under there anyway. And I am going to find where I left off, and I tried to stitch in the spot where those holes were left. Sometimes I don't ever get it right. Sometimes I just go right for it and start stitching, and then I forget, oh, I'm supposed to be in those lines, and try to fill in those holes. So sometimes I take one stitch at a time, right here, just like this, into those holes, like that, just like that. And the rest I should be able to do on my own. Oh, look at that, right into those holes. So I try to get far, but we know that the binding will be right here, so I want to at least leave some room on the edge, but again, I'm not going to have more than 2 inches of left open space. Some of my feathers are like super enormous. Trying to fill in space. Oh, this is my weird little gap I made. It's filled in. Why does my tension look like it's messed up? I'm going to check the bottom real quick under the quilt. Give me a second. That's my top tension, actually. I think. We're going under the quilt, so if you see a light, that's just because I'm under the quilt. Oh, it looks good under here. I just need to do the top tension real quick. Just ever so slightly, I have to adjust things. It's not always, but sometimes. But you can see kind of at an angle right here. See those little pokies? Just ever so slightly. Yeah, that means that the bobbin, you could see right there really good. There's one. those little dots, it just means it didn't pull it to the bottom as good as it's supposed to do. Oh, and that's not much better. Down just a little bit more. Oh, yeah, that's good. Down just a little bit more. And every once in a while there's a thread on the quilt and I quilt it in. That little funky area I created on this one. That beeping sound is just my stitch regulator telling me to slow down. Yes, this is a whole heck of a lot of work right here. Doing this all freehand. For those that are new to my channel, I only do freehand and then I do ruler work, but that's still free motion guided. And I'm trying to push down on the quilt since I float my top ahead of me, so that way it holds it down nicely. Once you get a hang of this and you're like do this motion over and over, I'm telling you right now, if you just got a long arm or you're thinking about getting one and you think this looks hard, once you have that motion continuously, you can quilt as fast as I do. You know, it requires no brain thought. You just got to know where your needle is going to land. As long as your arm knows that motion, it helps everything goes so much faster. It's like they say, muscle memory. And no feather is the same. This is so different. Done. Oh, my wrist. I seriously need to see the doctor. Can't get into them right away though because COVID cases are on the rise again. So let me go slowly so you can see the whole entire feather. So where are we? It comes from here and then it comes down and around. And see, like some of these, they don't hit the spine. I don't really care. Again, I've never cared. It gives it all the more originality because it's different. I'm just gonna go slowly. I'm gonna just follow the whole spine so that you can see. Like some areas I had to go back and fill it and then it just becomes just a big thread mess. But again, I don't care. I never have cared. From the back side, these look fantastic, so it doesn't really matter to me. As long as it's consistent throughout the whole entire thing. So I'm just following the spine around so you guys can see the whole thing, and then we'll read some comments, and then I'll forward the quilt, and I think I'll do another row because I can, actually. Just going slowly around it so you can see the feathers adjust in size depending on the space between the spine, and then they get really big. But there's no more than 2 inches right there of emptiness, you know, so it should be fine. Because this is more of a medium quilting, I would say. It's not completely densely quilted, but it definitely has pucker. You guys should be able to see that in the camera with that heavy loft. I think it looks awesome. It makes them like 3D, you know. I think it looks super awesome. Just going around it so you can see they're very consistent as long as they're whatever. Looks fine all the way from one side to the other. And I'll read some comments. And I like that every row, when I meander across it to make the spine, completely looks different, you know? So that way it doesn't look computer generated. It looks like me. So there that is. All right. Let's stop this right here so I can scroll back up. Where were we? Oh my, it goes pretty far on these comments. Quilting. All right. Okay. Jim's under flannel with backing. Heat's on 72, but you still feel the cold. Yeah, I bet. Hubby's not feeling good again. Sorry, Vicky. You and my hubby like the summer and winter. Vicky, hope it gets better. We haven't been around either. I even have socks. I have socks on, but they're not thick enough. My husband had his temperature every time he went to the hospital for his radium treatment. He went in again today, and his result was clear. That is great news. That's good. Good. I'm just kind of scrolling through the comments because I could see you guys are really talking to each other at the same time. Jen says, with my house, not worth going out. Can't order groceries. Oh, can order groceries online. I have a thing in front of the like a piece to the holder for the phone. That's why I can't see the comments too well. In winter, jams, socks, slippers, and under my blanket. Under my cotton quilt, the fan on. I use a fan on no matter what I'm using. Got furry heating pad on my lap. His name is Mr. Pink. Oh yeah, your kitty. Yep. Where's there to go anymore? Right? Exactly, Diane. There is nowhere to go. Everything's closing back up again all over the place. Now my cat wants root little poo. Bonnie is here. Hi, everyone coming on late. Well, hello, Bonnie. Nancy says, I've used grocery delivery since March and have to go out when I have to. I don't care where there's go tomorrow. Hubby has a heart doctor appointment. Ooh. Quilts shop in Walmart to actually touch the fabric would be nice. In bed with ceiling fan. Charlie the cat will be in when he is done eating. That's good, Tiff. Good to see family. Get out. Can't go shopping. Only place I get to go is the doctor's office. Ugh. That's the same here. I don't go anywhere. So tomorrow we're having a yard sale, but that's it. And 90% of the people that come to the yard sale usually have a mask on because Scott did a yard sale like 2 weeks ago now, and it was 100% everybody who had a mask. And then the people that did walk, they get out of their car with a mask and say, do I need to wear a mask? And Scott would be like, I can care less. I've been putting, because we're outside and nobody's 6 feet or, close to us. So I don't think it really matters if only one or two people are out there looking through things. Nice looking feathers. I don't go anywhere either. I have to go to the laundromat to do laundry. Luckily, I have to go once a month. I have plenty of clothes and I have to get my own groceries during this. All right, and then Bonnie said hi. Okay, let's advance this now. Okay, I have to pull. Let's see if I can even show you guys what these are. So see these clamps on the side? Since I'm vlogging, there it is. There's a clamp right here. I have to pull that off the bottom fabric, and there's 2 of them. I don't know if I can get close to seeing that one. There it is. I want different clamps than this. I don't like this kind of clamp, but there's, oops, I don't usually slide that all the way. There's clamps on both sides of the machine. And then I'm over on the bars where you cannot see, and I'm popping my pins. But I also want to do something. So I'm going to put my machine as far into the throat space as possible, and I'm going to leave it there. And the reason why I do this is because when I roll it up, my last feather needs to be around this area so that my new feathers can come up close to it. And you can see with the ones I did previously, there was the last row feathers. This is the new row feathers. So as long as my throat space is completely in it, then it helps. It's like a guide to me, to know where to stop. So I'll just roll it, roll it, roll it. Oh, this is killing me. And then I find the most emptiest spot. I lock it for a second. So I have a pretty big gap here. I want a feather to at least end up somewhere right here. So that's good right there. That's good right there. Good right there. And right here, I want a feather to at least come close so that there's not too much of a gap there. And then again, right here, this should be about 3 feathers. So I need my hump to my spine right about there on that one. So now that I know it's in a good spot, I tighten it by popping my clamps back in, which you can only hear me doing and not see me doing. Everything's nice and tight. And then you can see that the quilt is kind of loose. See that? Because of the loft. So what I do is I just give it a little bit of a tug to straighten it out because it's not, I don't load my quilts. I just let them float. And then I put my clips on the sides on the backing fabric, and I start my clip. We're going to come over here so you can see this. See where my side basting ended? Wherever my side basting ended is where my clip is going to line up to pull that back out, because if that's not there, watch what happens. I let go and it pulls it into the side, and then my basting will have a bump in it. See that? If I was to pull this over. So as long, and then I put my lowest clamp at the bottom of my throat space, and that helps make everything tight. And then I repeat the process on the other side, and then I will baste it before I come back over to this side. I'll baste that side down, and then I'll come over and baste this side down, and then start quilting from this side. So that was 1, 2. So this will be 3, 4, 5. I think I need about 6 total passes on this quilt. And one might be a half of a pass. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'm going to just change my machine over to baste because it puts pretty spaced apart 1/2 inch stitches like this. And then my fingers to keep it tight on the way down. And if I have to readjust, I just pull the quilt over, keeping everything so nice and perfectly straight as I possibly can keep it. And then I just go right back up again. So it's double stitched. I like it double stitched. Not really wasting much. It's a 1/2 inch apart stitches. And then we're gonna go over the side and repeat that process. Look at you guys are learning all about how to use a long arm and you don't even own one. Well, the ones that don't own one. Now you're gonna know what it's like and what goes into it before you purchase it. All right, so I'm going to repeat that same process on this side, but before I do, I'm going to flatten everything out one more time. And if I have to stop in the middle of doing all this, I will, because my wrist is killing me, but I don't feel like getting off a camera just to shake my wrist out. Sounds like a chugga chugga choo choo train when I do that. Alrighty, so I'm gonna come about right here. I'm gonna start my top right here. Oops, stay. I don't want baste. I need to change it back to precision mode. Check comments one more time. Hold on. Stay, you stupid thing. Every time I tap it, it wants to fall out. Okay, I saw the laundry one. Diana has to go to the dock too. Don't know why. I guess Doc gets lonely too, right? Kim doesn't have to see the doc for a while. Hubby gets groceries for Diane. Is this video blurry or is it my connection? It's probably your connection, but it also, if it's blurry, you can go to the top of your screen about this spot. It could be on this other side over here. If you're, if this is rotated, I'm not sure if it is, but it's up here. There'll be 3 dots. If you tap on the video, 3 dots shall poke up. Hit that and choose video resolution, and then change it to 720 depending on your internet speed, or 1080, and you'll have a much clearer video. I have to do that on like 5 or 6 people that I watch live because I can't control it. But from my angle, my connection is good right now. It's actually been good for a little bit. And the video is super duper clear. Like I could see my fingerprints through the camera. Like that's how clear it is. June has a doctor's appointment next week for arthritis in hands. Blurry for Vicky. And if on a regular computer, those same 3 dots are in the same spot, like I said. Not for June. He has to work, so he is in the public all week. Get to see what happens to Quilt when it gets sent off. Yes, exactly. So you know what goes through it. I wouldn't be able to ever show you the computer versions, but there are quilters that do long arming like Mom and Pop, and they show you how the computer works. And Jordan Fabrics actually did a video on her how her Gamble computer works. So that definitely lets people know what goes into just loading the quilt from a computer perspective too, like choosing the program, adjusting the sizes and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And then it also makes you guys drool and say, oh, I want to get one. All right. So I'm going to meander again, except I'm just going to change my way my meandering is going. That way, this arc up here can have a plume that fills in that spot. The rest is just random. thread out of the way or I'm going to end up running over it. Double right there. Pull another thread, or I'm going to run it over and be blocking it out. Better make that one go in. Only because it looks cool. Move that thread. There we go. And when I get to the end, I always go up so that I don't have to actually tack my needle, because this is going to get covered with binding. That way I don't have to do this up and down, up and down, up and down like that to tie my thread off. I just like go up a little bit and then I don't have to tie my thread up. That's how I usually do it. But I just showed you guys what I meant by needle going up and down. Tie my thread off. All right, now I can come back to the beginning again and start some feathers. All right. Everything's nice, looks good. Let me catch these. Okay, get to see what happens in the coconuts and stuff. I saw that. Good now. Thanks for the info. Oh, wow, it works. Nancy's good night. Have to be up at 6:30. Good night, Nancy. Check the video quality on your screen. Change it if it's low. That will help with the blurriness. Yes, exactly. All right, here we go. And again, I just start with the top, like always. All right, let's see how fast I can do this. Oh, I want to look how long that other one took besides this. So I'm going to take off like a minute. Because the first night it took 24 minutes. It's at 49, so 20. Ooh, that last feather plume, the machine ran for like 30 minutes almost. 40, yep. It almost ran almost 30 minutes. It was like 29 minutes and 4 seconds about. Oy! That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, here we go. Okay, those are starting to look like some puny feathers. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Or I'm going to have me some super puny feathers. See how I went again about a quarter is that last one. I'm gonna have to hold on, let me go down. So here was my last row up here. There's the bottoms of them right here and right here. I took this plume up into it, so you can see that it blends the rows together, I think. That way it doesn't look like I'm making rows. And on a machine, I don't know if it does that on the computerized, because I've seen people, they have to line up the patterns on a computer, you know, and I'm not sure if it fills in gaps. I think that next row is just wherever you tack out the machines, you know, you have to press a button or whatever, however it happens. You press a button at the tips of everything so that it lines up to it. I'm not sure if it actually fills in though, in the gap between the first row and the second row, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure how it works, but I try to fill those things in. have a super gap right there. Oh, that's not. There we go. See, big, huge feather. Fill in the gap. That won't be on. Because I was trying to look at the screen to make sure you guys can see what I was doing here. Obviously, I'm not talking right now because I'm concentrating so that you guys can enjoy the sound of the machine. Did you notice I almost ran over my finger just now? It hit the presser. It hit the foot. Hit my finger. I've only twice ran over my finger. So are you guys liking my vlogs? Hanging out? Oh, and we're out of bobbin again. So that's 2 bobbins in this video so far. I rolled quite a bit. I rolled, I think, 12 for this project. I don't always need that many, but because this is a smaller quilt, but every once in a while, I go through a lot of bobbins. Plus, I already have some now pre-rolled for my next project if I don't use all these. Huh. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm going to continue on without reading the comments right yet. Don't want to touch. have such a blank spot here, I'm gonna try to make it look like a feather coming out of the edge. There we go. Oops. That way it doesn't look so empty right there in that only empty spot, because that was pretty empty right there. So now it has some feather coming out of it. All right, back to the other side. And let's get this last. I'm going to stop after this one because I'm really dying here. I'm going to read comments first though. That means I'll have like 3 more, 2.5 more, 3 more rows to do after this. But all right, where were we? Okay, I saw the Goodnight Nancy. Okay, I saw that. Tiffany taught me that trick. What did I teach you? What trick did I teach you? Oh, the phone to adjust the quality of the video probably is what we were talking about, huh? Heather. Oh, Diane, do we phone constellation? That way it can be home when it rings. Tell them Nancy the pharmacy. Okay, I'm sorry. The doctor rings us. I hate to go, but 4:30 gets here real fast. Good night. Love you all. Good night, Diane. We'll talk to you later. Yes, I have someone to keep me company while I sew. Awesome. I need to look up vlog. Haha. Need to look up what vlog? The word vlog, video log. Good night, Tiff and everyone. Sweet dreams. Good night, Joyce. We'll see you next time. All right, we're going to start now because nobody is saying nothing. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything you want to chit chat about, anything you want to ask me that relates to me vlog about something, you can always throw something like that in too. Because I don't mind talking, and when I'm done with this row, I'll turn the camera to face me anyway. I shouldn't have went that far close to the edge, but oh well. Because I gotta think about the binding. Oh, and I'm probably gonna bind this quilt in this fabric. I have enough of this fabric to bind this quilt. So it will look really awesome. Teresa, since you long arm and you're here, do you ever do, I want you to hear me. Do you ever do all over feathers like this, or do you just do feather designs in like, say, a certain block, do like a custom feather, I don't know how to explain it, just like feathers in that area, or do you ever do edge to edge like this on your long arm also? Because I know you're not computerized like me. So. I wish I would have had the money to hit the Black Friday sale for the computer system for this machine, because you know, it was only like $5,900, but I didn't have the money. Would have been nice though. They should just send it to me though, because I promote their machine pretty much. Sorry, my thing got a notification which kicked me off. Come on, stop. Is this one of your quilts? Yes, it's my curved log cabin. Yep. It's the one that I used the scraps from. I made this while Beth was doing the log cabin thing, where everybody was doing log cabins that one night. But I started mine just a little bit early because I was doing these, and I used all the extra cutoffs of these. I made that little mini Jacob's ladder quilt, the little miniature that's hanging on my wall. Those are the scraps from this quilt. Okay, so I'm boo-boo sewing right now. There we go. Sometimes I lose my rhythm and then I have to re-find it again. That's so funny. There. My body is going to be not so happy tomorrow. All right, let's try to follow this backward, opposite way, so that you guys can see the whole entire thing. And then I'll show you what is left. I'm going to advance it so you can see that there's really not much left to do on this quilt, because like I said, it's 57 probably by like 68-ish. And when I say ish, that's because I don't know. Oops, I have some thread back there on the backing I'm going to have to snip later. Actually, I'll snip it now or else I'll forget later. I'm trying to follow it back the other way. I think it looks cool. I don't care that they're not the same. Like I said, I'm not picky about this kind of stuff. From the back, it looks really awesome. And maybe now, since it's not it's some of it's exposed. I can actually show you guys what the back looks like since some of it is actually exposed. All right, let me undo these sides. Then I'll turn the camera around and show you where I am at after I advance it a little. So I'm going to put this up here so I can watch where I end. Let's make sure that's good all the way across. Yep. I'm going to go really fast. It's going to go really fast on you guys. That's good all the way across. Awesome sauce. Okay. Ta-da! All right, let me pop these on and then I'll come to you guys. That way it's ready for me to do the next time I come out here and do something. Like, literally do not have much left to go. I seriously should push through it, but I can't because I don't want to. That's that whole so in pain part of me that says, nope, don't do it anymore, Tiffany. All right, friends, we're going to unplug you. I'm going to turn the camera around and pull it out of here, so it's going to wiggle for a second. If I can pull the little stem. Oops. All right. So sorry. So literally, that's all that's left. I could finish it tonight. Like, seriously, could finish it tonight. But I don't want to. So let's turn this around. All right, we're going to walk around the backside real quick, see how well you guys can see. I'm going to turn the light facing it so that you can see. Oh, I'm not even plugged in anymore, am I? Oh, well. This should see it. Can you see the stitching from the back? As long as I run the camera with the machine. It looks really cool. Like I said, it's like a fake batik. It's looks like batik, but it's actually just a cotton print. I think it looks really awesome. And that's just some of it. The rest of it's rolled up, so. Okay. Where's the camera now? Oh, it's way up there in the top corner. So, I'm going to go through and read some comments. I gotta scroll. Where was I? Wouldn't it? Okay. I think I saw Joy Sleeve. That's where I was. And then Teresa asked about the quilt. Yep. Okay. Good job on the thumbs up tonight, friends. Thank you. Yep. Don't forget. I need thumbs up, guys. I need them. It helps. Okay. How are you doing? Okay. Trying to stay warm. That looks awesome. Looks so neat. It's been cold here. Like 8 degrees in the morning. I think you're the winner, Teresa, on that cold thing. My goodness. Holy moly. It's freezing. I can't do cold. You guys know this. All of you know this. Kim has leftover mashed potatoes, so she's going to make some bread tomorrow. Woohoo. I get to lurk from work for a few minutes. Oh, awesome, Carol. My Christmas quilt done. Then I can quilt 2 quilts on a table topper.
Oh, good.
Yep, I am. I love you too. Good night. That looks awesome. Love it. Looks great. Did the gloves help? No. No, they have not helped. It's hurting. It's hurting. It is hurting. Yes. And for those that are curious, I was wearing gloves. My neighbor gave these to me. He said they're great for arthritis and carpal tunnel. I looked it up online. They sell these things for people with carpal tunnel. But so far, this is killing me. I don't know. I just have to put the regular brace on when I'm finished. This hand doesn't feel bad, though. This hand feels nice. But then I don't know if there was a non-feeling nice sensation on it. So this one, though, it's like these fingers are numb And these ones are tingling. It'll go away though if I stop working it. And my thumb just feels disgusting. It feels like it's being pulled out of my tendon in my arm. It's pretty bad. Let's see. Hi, Teresa. Thank you. Teresa, the other Teresa says it's nice and warm in her house. Mary says that's what we put ours at in the winter time. We don't turn our heater on though until like January-ish. We don't use it right now. I just, more clothes the better. Nina made lasagna for dinner tonight and some leftover to a friend. That's what Scott had tonight, but he had vegetable lasagna, not meat. So it was all like vegetables. What did I have for dinner? I have to think about that. What did I eat for dinner? Did I eat dinner? I probably didn't eat dinner. I had macaroni and cheese for lunch. That was at like 2:30. And then I hung out with my neighbor Kate out in the driveway going through tank tops and stretch pants. I don't think I ate dinner. Oops. It doesn't matter. I eat late all the time, so I could care less. I'll probably drink an Ensure and call it a night. All right, so one more time before I get off. This is all I have left to do. See, look at that. Not much left. Oh, it'll be done soon. I probably won't have to vlog the rest of this quilt because you guys have probably already seen enough because I've recorded the whole thing so far. And I've been on, the machine ran for, I can't tell you because I cannot hit that screen. The machine's been on too long that the stupid screen froze. It was at 49 a little bit ago, so it's probably at like, I don't know, 60. It's probably at like an hour and 20 minutes by now or something like that because the phone is, and then I had my intro before stitching. So it's been on for a while. And I can't even tell you how many stitches are in here so far because I can't see that screen. That's what happens with technology. It doesn't last. Special edition my butt. I have gloves like that and they didn't work for me. I guess it's going to be like it works for who it works for, I guess. Wife would have it at 80 if we could afford it. Ooh. I don't know. I like to be warm. I hate the cold. I've told you guys this, but I think 80. We set our air conditioner to 80 in the summer because it's 110 outside, and when you come into 80, it feels like it's freezing. So I would think if I'm freezing outside and I come into 80 in the winter, I think I would probably just sweat to death because that would make the house more muggy feeling to me, like because it's inside the house. Like outside in the summer, you get wind, you get slight breeze, or you get open air. So it doesn't feel like hot is hot when it's 80 outside, but when it's 80 inside of a house, that's like being in a sauna. There's too many people breathing that already hot air. Does it make sense? I don't know. I'm just weird, I guess. The gloves didn't work if it's tendonitis in your thumb or if it's caused by your neck. What in my neck could cause my wrist to hurt? That would so suck. For 20 years, our only heat was a wood stove. I loved it. My first winter without it, I thought I was gonna freeze. All right. All right, guys. Is anybody? Ooh, I'm clicking my chingamabobber here, and the camera is usually down at the bottom, but now it's up at the top, so I'm like totally like looking in the wrong direction. Oh, Teresa, this is her wood stove too. All right, does anybody have anything? I showed you guys vlog-wise that I bought those storage containers. I'm almost done with this quilt. I did not go in my sewing room today. Scott did, though. He went in to get some purses because he's putting my bags that I have here already made out at tomorrow's yard sale, and then a couple of the small quilts. And if anyone's interested, this is how he does it at yard sales. If they're interested in a small quilt and they see my style of things, then they can ask to see the bigger ones, and then I'll bring them out. But the bags are easy to put out. They're usually good sellers now that I make them. What else? I don't know. I have nothing else. I just want to go watch some CSI and lay in bed and eat something, because now I realized I didn't eat since 2:30 today. Yeah. Oh, I had Snickers. I had a couple Snickers. That's it. Woo, that's not good enough. Hold on, let's see. Bad discs in the neck can cause issues all the way down the arm. I have issues sometimes because of a ruptured disc in my neck. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it's that. I have a couple herniated discs, but they're in the bottom of my spine. L10, L11, and T11 and T12. That whole, the way down at my trunk and right above it. I think that was what it was. Something like that. T11, T12, L1 and L2. That's what it was. It's right there at the bottom at where my back sucks in. You guys don't see it because you don't see my backside on the camera. I have an indentation in my back and I have herniated. Now you say food and I read the word food and say food. I have herniated discs there. Where was we? 80 is too hot. 70 is too hot. But if I need to go outside, see, that's not me. I can't do under 70. I hate under 70. I like anything above 80. I'm a summertime girl. We had 28 acres, 9 timbers, so plenty of fuel. Are you going to show us around your yard sale? Well, most of it's already outside. You guys want to see my vlog? So there's my quilting stuff, my messy garage. We borrowed a table from the neighbors, the other neighbors, not the one whose wife died. And then this is my new shelf. I need to clean out a space. Obviously, these are the shelves for it. They're not in there, but they're there. I need to clean out another space in my quilting room so that this next shelf can go in there, because I have a thing for free wooden shelves. Why not? So yeah, we just have like yard sale stuff, glass stuff, table stuff, and then outside the garage has a ton of stuff. And outside of the garage, there's more of this kind of stuff, but these ones are the glass ones, so we brought them in for the night. You know, just garage sale stuff, things that people don't want anymore. Like it's not quite a Keurig or something like that. It's like a single cup coffee thing. And like, these came from the neighbor. Seriously. They're peacocks and fanciness and like ashtrays. He didn't even know this was an ashtray. I was like, I've been a smoker for almost all my life. He had them like this. That does not go together, but it is definitely an ashtray. Yeah. And then lots of this kind of stuff came from the neighbor's house for us to sell. I don't know. And then my bags. So yeah. And then there's like literally out front in the driveway, there's a lot of stuff. Have you guys ever, I'm gonna have to like share it in the group or something. Have you ever seen what like 100 pairs of sunglasses look like? Well, I sure have. Because there's seriously like a ton of Kim can vouch for it because Kim saw the photo. There is a ton of sunglasses out there. A ton. Anyway, yeah, so that's just some of the stuff. We try to block everything off so that people don't come into the garage because I don't want them. Last year's garage sale, people were walking into the garage. I decided to long arm while he was garage selling so I could be out here for pricing, right? Because I had a lot of my stuff out. And people kept coming up to me. Oh my gosh, you have a long arm? Wow, how do you do that? Oh, and then can I come up and look? Can I see what you're doing? And then they just hover over me. How do you do that? You're just moving that all by yourself? I've never seen one of those. I've heard about that. You look too young to be quilting. How old are you? That's all I got. Like literally like 20 or 30 people were just continuously right there in my ear. Like, it's a long arm machine. This is how quilts are put together. You know, those things that you buy at the store, this is better than that. That's pretty much all I was like wanting to say. Yard sale season is crazy. We do it every winter though when the snowbirds come to town, which you guys all know what that is. I've told you it's when people from up north areas where it's super duper cold come here. those snowbirds need to furnish their rentals for 3 months, so they come and look through yard sales and buy stuff. So that's how we get rid of things that we don't want anymore. And when everything that we put out doesn't sell, then on Saturday, when we're completely done, we just give it all away for free. We call it our Christmas giveaway. We do it every year. But the neighbor, he was going to take all his stuff back to his house and then have a garage sale in January after Christmas. So, eat some real food. Yes, I will. Pretty blue vases, aren't they? They're just not my thing. I don't like that kind of stuff. I have a blue ashtray like that. LOL. I used to have ashtrays. I don't anymore. I don't smoke enough to need a ton of ashtrays. So, but I used to have them. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna get off of here, friends, and I'm not used to the camera being on this side. I like to look at the camera. It helps me talk to you guys and feel like I'm in the same room. So, but I'm glad you guys got to join me. I know it's late, like probably super late for some of you, but I'm glad you hung out for me to vlog because why not? And tomorrow's yard sale day. So, I mean, if you guys are okay with it, we're not going to be in my quilting room, but we will be out here. I could come on and say hi. Maybe you can see how slow it is or how busy it is. I don't know. We'll never know. So, all right, guys, I love you all, and I will catch you on my next video because I'm trying to do this every single day. Bye.